Welcome to Toffee TV. Here's the match reaction. Brentford 1, Everton 1 at the G-Tech tonight. Good point, and yet a disappointing result as well in some respects. You know, Brentford are a good side, we know that, but Everton have had some big opportunities tonight, and to come away with it, you feel like it's 2 points dropped just because of the opportunities. Overall, probably 1-1's probably about right, but I don't know, we've had some big Beto's had some big chances tonight, and you do feel, well, I feel as though we should have won the game, you know, and I guess big measure of how far we've come. I've been guilty tonight of being really frustrated and slipping into a negative space when I've got no right to slip into a negative space with what David Moyes has done with these players, what these players have done in the last 8 games since David Moyes come in. 7 matches unbeaten, you know, 4 wins, 3 draws, isn't it, and 1 defeat. And yet that fan of that greediness creeps in. So I apologise to Everton and myself for being greedy tonight, but I was frustrated because the game felt like it was there for the taking. You know, when Beto, like I said, has those opportunities, he's got to take one of them, he really has. But that being said, we've come out of it with a draw, and like I say, they're a good side, and you know, with considering the injuries we've got and what we've had to put up with, we have no forward players. I know they've had a few injuries, but nothing like us, and we've had to scrap and battle for everything, and then players have done a superb job, and to be 15 points clear of relegation. Listen, relegation isn't on the cards now. It's about, can we catch teams of us? And that was another thing in my mind tonight. It was, if we beat Brentford, we can go within 3 points of them, and we haven't, and we'll move on from that. But you know, it's another point on the board. The manager had to make an enforced change. There'd been rumours of Abdoulaye Doucouré picking up an injury, but it wasn't an injury that kept him out tonight. It was the birth of his child. He's going to be at his partner's side, and that's understandable. So it meant Charlie Alcaraz came into the starting 11. David Moyes named Nathan Patterson and Yusuf Chimiti on the bench tonight, but in reality, neither of them were getting on the pitch tonight. So Everton, you know, the normal back four of Jordan Pickford, Jacob Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Mikalenko in midfield, James Garner and Adrissa. We had Alcaraz ahead of them, and then Harrison, Lindstrom and Beto through the middle. And really all the manager could do really was that. And but Brentford started the game really strongly, actually really fast. Everton looked a bit leggy in the opening sort of 10 or 15 minutes. I thought we were, you know, they were just on the front foot immediately. In the first 5 minutes, we just kept giving them the ball back, and that's a risky game to play against Brentford. And, you know, we did sort of learn from that. We started trying to get our foot on the ball. We had a couple of efforts from Charlie Alcaraz, James Garner, but neither of them were going to cause Flecken any issues in the goal. And Brentford were always imposing, you know, a threat. And I think Brien and Bumo was the one we'd signalled out on the preview. He's been in fine form. And it's weird this, because I don't think Mikalenko had a good game going forward. I thought he was wasteful. And yet he produces his first ever assist late in the game. But I thought defensively, Mbumo didn't really get a kick because of Mikalenko, and he'd done that defensive job quite well. Everton were gifted with an absolute perfect opportunity to take the lead. James Garner knocked the ball forward, or was it Jack Harrison? Played the ball forward. Jack Harrison it was, and you know, Ethan Pinnock slips, and Beto is in, and he slips and gets back up and gets his first touch out of his body. The goalkeeper starts to come, the goal's exposed. If Beto just hits it early, goes round the outside of him, I think Everton take the lead. But he doesn't. He takes another touch, and the goalkeeper's on him, and he tries to go round him. Had he got it past Flecken, Pinnock would have took it off him anyway. And it was a glorious opportunity missed. And it was you know, I think for him, just hit it, get it out your feet and just pass it round and keep it. If he saves it or you put it wide, okay, you know, but to not do anything It was so frustrating. He'd already almost got on the end of a ball in that he maybe should have got on the end. He swung a foot at it and couldn't connect. That was a good opportunity. But this one was a gilt-edged chance. And, you know, you're there going, oh my God, why isn't he shot? Within a couple of minutes, he does brilliantly in the air, plays a little header to Alcaraz. Alcaraz heads him back and he's running in on goal again. And it's like, surely this time. And this time, he does get the shot away, but he hits it too close to Flecken. And Flecken gets something on it and the ball spins agonisingly wide. But when you see it from behind the goal, if he just aims that for the far corner, the keeper's not getting there. And they're two opportunities that he has to take, really. Listen, he's been in sensational form. He has. And Zach reminded me a few times during the game of that because he was frustrating me tonight. Beto, his hold-up play wasn't amazing. But he has been in great form and it's one of them. He hasn't had a great time tonight, but they are opportunities that you'd expect him to take one of them and he'd missed two. And then obviously, lo and behold, that brings a bit of confidence to Brentford because we should be leading 1, if not 2-0 up. We're not. And then we go and it's Beto again, a ball into him. He doesn't keep hold of it, plays a sloppy pass, gives them possession. They get it forward to Wisser. He has a shot. Pickford makes a save and it goes out for a throw-in. And then it's a long throw and Everton make an absolute mess of it. We've got to be stronger off something like that. It's like Sunday League, Keystone Cops defending. I personally think the keeper's got to come and punch once it's bounced. He stays at home. We're too weak. And it's a header from Mbumo that it's the bar. And then it loops up in the air. Jake O'Brien doesn't react quick enough and Wisser heads it in. And we 1-0 down. And you are going in at half-time furious. I'm sure David Moyes was so frustrated at half-time because Everton should have been ahead and we're behind. And it's, you know, you have to take those key moments. Come out for the second half and fair play to Everton. They tried to get on the front foot and force Brentford back. And Brentford, in truth, did very little in that second half. We had a lot more of the ball. We were just a little bit leggy. It's understandable. The players have put so much in to these last few weeks. You've had quite a few games. They've put so much into it. And obviously not being able to call on substitutes to bring players on and keep them fresh, it's going to take its toll on the lads. And that's what we look like. We just didn't look sharp tonight. Brentford seemed to be fair to a lot of second balls. And we were just slow to react. And listen, it's understandable, isn't it? And then you're looking and we get into good areas. The ball wouldn't be the right ball. When we did have the right moments, we'd had one in the first half at 0-0. Alcaraz overhit it to Lindstrom. We had one in the second half. Alcaraz driving forward, plays it to Harrison. And if Jack Harrison's a little bit smarter, he feints to shoot because AJ's already thrown himself. As he draws his leg back, he could come back inside. He has a shot. Not confident, is he? So it gets blocked. And when we did get round the sides, it was sort of lazy crosses into the box that they dealt with. You know, and then David Moyes, couple of changes. Tim Irabunum, and he brought Ashley Young on. But Everton did get level. Ball out wide. Garner has his foot on it. Cuts it back. And Mikalenko puts a deep cross in. And Jake O'Brien, who got forward a lot tonight from that right-back position, in at the back post, comes round the back post, diving header, his first Everton goal, right into the far corner, brilliant header. And from that moment, I really felt like we could go on and win it. Brentford, they'd been forced right back, and I know they tried to have sort of a second win, but they didn't really get anywhere. Jordan Pickford's not had a save to make in that second half. They had a couple of promising moments, but we defended it really well. And Everton did have a couple of opportunities on the break. We saw Alcaraz fizz a shot just wide, either side of the post. And then we had a good opportunity, well, a very good opportunity with Beto, who gets in and he's in on the angle and Alcaraz is square and Beto hits it. It is going in. It's a really good save by Fleck and it's one he probably should make. I don't know if Beto could have picked Alcaraz out. I'm not sure. Alcaraz felt like he should have done because he then goes and wellies the ball away. But Flecken's made a good save. And as a striker, all you can do is make the keeper make a save, I guess. And that was the opportunity gone. We didn't really get another one. You know, we've had nearly things ball into the box, deflecting and just going past players. It never really broke for us in the penalty area. And then obviously Brentford are dangerous then and break forward. And they had a moment near the end where, you know, the lad throws himself to the floor. Bit of embarrassing play really by him trying to buy a penalty. But after the next throw-in, it comes down, he can't sort his feet out. And we managed to get it clear. And that's it. And it's ended in a 1-1 draw. And a good point. I think if you'd have said to me at 7:30, take a point, I'd have said, yeah. And then you see them opportunities and you can't help feeling like it's 2 points dropped because of those gilt-edged opportunities. But that being said, a draw is probably a fair result, really. The XG would suggest it's a fair result as well. So you'd have to... I think had we held on Saturday when we 100% deserved to win, tonight you'd have been going, that's a really good point. And it is still a really good point. It's just that it was there for us to win and we couldn't take it. But the lads have now got 10-day break. There's a bit of warm weather training coming up. We need to get away and sort of rest up, get re-energised and recharged. Hopefully that'll mean Schmitty and Patterson are right at it and ready to go for Wolves. The Core will be back in it as well for that one. Who knows with Illiman and Jai? We'll have to wait and see. But the manager seemed hopefully be back sooner rather than later. So maybe it's also another 10 days for McNeil and Brien and Calvert-Lewin and Coleman to get themselves closer to being available as well. So, you know, at the end of the day, it is difficult to sit here. And like I say, a little bit of, I don't know, what can you call it? A bit of being greedy probably is the right thing, because this team didn't look like it could go 7 minutes unbeaten under Sean Dyche. Let alone 7 games unbeaten. We're scoring goals in every game, and another one from open play tonight, and we're getting points. David Moyes has got just 2 points off Sean Dyche's total for half a season in 8 games. So yeah, lots of progress has been made since Moyes has come back in. We are safe. I'm gonna say it. He won't say it, but I will. Ipswich have lost again tonight against 10 Men United. You know, and it'd be nice if Leicester actually got a point tomorrow at West Ham and drew and keep West Ham sort of below us as well. I think that'd be good. Leicester would be 14 behind with the goal difference. It's 15. There's only 11 games left. There's no chance of Leicester and Ipswich catching Everton. And therefore, it's about who can we catch higher up? Can we stay in touch? We've got some tough games. But the next 2 are against teams who are Wolves will be below us and West Ham currently, and if they draw tomorrow, they might be by the time we play, but currently West Ham are below us. So Everton should be looking for 6 points in those 2 games, and then you never know where that puts you. So that's what the aim's got to be now. How high can we finish? Because that's I think it's 3.1 million each place, and that's got to be the target now. So a good point tonight, 7 unbeaten, and you know, with the circumstances that are going on at the moment, with injuries and everything, the manager has done an incredible job, and so have them players. And a big shout out to all the Evertonians as well tonight, who again have made a long trip midweek, and they've got at least some reward for their journey. That we've seen a goal at their end, and we haven't lost the game. So, you know, well done them as well. Man of the match is a tricky one. Maybe James Tarkowski. I think he had quite a solid game. Him and Branthwaite, I think, had quite a solid game. Michalenko, I thought he struggled going over the halfway line, but like I said before, defensively good. I didn't think Jake O'Brien had a good game tonight. I thought he had a real tough time against Sharda. I'm giving it to Tarkowski. I thought Tarkowski was good overall. Yeah, there you go. Other opinions are available. I'm sure people will be telling me I've got that one wrong, but James Tarkowski is my Everton man of the match. Make sure you like and subscribe. We are close to 97,000 subs, so thank you everybody who has subscribed, everybody who likes and watches and all that. Thank you very much. Go and check out my 3 talking points and see whether you agree with what I'm talking about on there. Thanks for watching. See you later.